I usually don't do two videos in one day and shit, but ah, I'll make an exception for today. Keeping it real, I was fucking around, boxing shit. These clown ass fake fans in the YTBC. Oh, hating motherfuckers, but so I'm scrolling through my phone and shit, YouTube, and I don't know why, but I got a notification for a video on BDA. For those in the YTBC, BDA, these old sucker ass fake boxing fans that all they do is keep black fighters' dicks in their mouth. That's all they do over there. They don't talk about shit but black fighters and all this. You're Latinos and you're Mexicans, but yet you barely talk about Mexican and Latino fighters, but you're always talking about black fighters. That has racial bias to it. But y'all somehow don't want to admit to that because y'all fucking weirdos like that. That's how that panel works. So I'm like, man, why the fuck am I getting this? Why am I getting recommended they shit? I don't fuck with they shit. So I looked and I heard something. You know how you can turn the mute off of the video before you click on the actual video? So I clicked on it. So I turned the mute off and I heard somebody said, bitch ass, one of them bitch motherfuckers on there. He said that Terrence Crawford's best win in his career was when he beat Canelo. That's what this stupid motherfucker said. Bro, like I said, man, I would respect it if you just came out and said, hey, I don't like Terrence Crawford, so I'm just going to say all bullshit about him. You should just say that because at least you're being honest. So I clicked the link. I said, let me jump on here and smoke these dudes. Because every time I debate these dudes, I always win. Because see, what happens is when you see people like this, all these little gay ass boxing panels with these little gay ass Latinos that don't like black fighters. What happens is when you go on a panel, when you hit them with facts, this is what they do. They gang up on you. Now you're arguing with like 4 or 5 people. And then they try to call you names and shit when you start hitting them with facts. That's what they do. That's what happens when you go on these guys' panel. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm finna go on here and shut this shit down, bro. Niggas saying bullshit. Niggas is capping. Let me, for like a good 10 minutes, go on here, straighten this shit out. So I go on there. I click the link. I jump on like, man, what's good with this bullshit you saying about Crawford's best win was against Canelo? Are you serious, bro? Nigga, Sean Porter and Israel Madrimov gave Crawford better competition than Canelo. Fuck is y'all talking about? Nigga, out of Crawford's last 4 fights, I'm not counting the David Avanesian fight. I'm gonna skip that fight. But out of his last 4 fights, the fighters that gave Crawford the most competition and actually gave him a good run was Sean Porter and Israel Madrimov. Not no fucking Crawford. Not no fucking Canelo. So his best win during that period, all those 4 fighters, was against Madrimov and Porter. That Canelo shit looked easy for Crawford. He beat that nigga with just basic boxing, one-on-one. Footwork, strong jab, movement, make it hard for you to hit me. You want to plant your feet and land bombs? I'm going to make it hard for you to do that. I'm going to hit you on the move. I'm going to fight you in these exchanges and win these exchanges. And I'm going to go ahead and beat you like that. And Canelo had no answer for that. That shit was easy for Crawford. Then when he fought Madrimov a year before that, Madrimov, got to give him credit. He fought really well in that fight. Madrimov did his thing, gave Crawford a really close fight. Sean Porter gave Crawford a really good fight until he stopped him. Those wins are better than the Canelo win off the strength of those were more competitive fights. The Canelo fight was a wash. He beat Madrimov and Porter, but he didn't wash them. But he washed Canelo. He dominated Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But this hating ass nigga, he got on there and said that, oh, nah, the Crawford fight, his biggest win was against Canelo. Man, get that hating ass, bitch ass shit out of here. Punk ass, stupid ass shit. Then they talking about Pacquiao would dominate Crawford. Are you serious? Only thing Pacquiao does better than Crawford is he can land on quick flurries. That's cool. Pacquiao's a great fighter. But bro, the way Crawford counter punches and Crawford's ring IQ, and then Manny Pacquiao is low key too small for Crawford. So he's fighting a skilled big man. If they would have fought at 147, Crawford most likely would have beat Pacquiao. Just keeping it real. He would have been countering the shit out of Pacquiao. Let's just keep it real. Nigga, if Timothy Bradley can somehow beat Pacquiao, I'm very confident Terrence Crawford can beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be straight hating, bro. He ain't beating, he is not walking through no Terrence Crawford. That's not happening, bro. I don't even know why a nigga would say that dumb shit. You know, but to be fair, Pacquiao is a great fighter. I would have respected if he would have said, oh, this is a 50-50 fight. I can respect that. That's cool. I ain't mad at that. But they're saying, from what I heard on there, Pacquiao would have washed Crawford. No, he would not have washed no Crawford. I'm sorry. Not happening, bro. So I asked the nigga, name, because you know they like to do, you know how they like to do it. You know how these YTBC guys are. You ask them to break down fights and the fighters attribute their skills. They talk about their resume, who they fought in the past. That don't win you fights though, my guy. So name 5 things that Pacquiao does better than Crawford. Couldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it, bro. Nigga, Crawford's a better counterpuncher, better jab, better footwork, longer, or he uses his reach better than Pacquiao because he's longer. He sets up shots better than Pacquiao. He would have gave Pacquiao, he would have beat Pacquiao, bro. I'm very confident he would have beat Pacquiao if that fight ever would have happened. Nigga, Bob Arum didn't even want Pacquiao fighting Crawford because he knew what was up. Freddie Roach didn't want Pacquiao fighting Crawford because he know. They both knew if they fight, Crawford's probably gonna beat this guy. So that shit was disgusting. And I don't even fuck with them. I usually don't like to call people names when it comes to this boxing shit. I'm trying to prove a point that I can debate boxing without calling somebody out their name and talking that bullshit. Motherfuckers over there calling me a Afro, calling me a Wakandan, all type of slick shit like that. These Latinos, they be having some jokes for our ass when it comes to that racial shit, but it is what it is. But like I said, bro, these Latinos, they love black people, bro. When it comes to this boxing shit or whatever, they can't make content without talking about black fighters. That's how much they love and admire us. It's gotten to a point, like I said, it don't even matter if they say negative shit about us. It don't even matter, bro. They love and admire us. They literally cannot make content without talking about black fighters. You got all these great Latino fighters. These Latino content creators that talk boxing, they rarely talk about them. They just talk about black fighters over and over and over again. So don't even trip if they saying negative shit. Don't even trip if they say racist shit. Let them say that dumb shit. They secretly admire us. That's why they keep talking about us, because they literally cannot do content without talking about black fighters. You dig? It is what it is. So I embrace the Latinos because I know they secretly love us. So I ain't got to get mad. I ain't got to get caught up in no race war. You know, it is what it is. I ain't got to get caught up in that shit. That's cool because I know what time it is. You know, all these Latino boxing content creators, they literally cannot do content without talking about black fighters. Like I said, there's great Latino fighters that's boxing. They rarely talk about them motherfuckers. They rather talk about us. Black fighter this, black fighter that. That's all they talk about. You know, they can hate, say negative shit all they want. It's all cap. So it is what it is. So them bitch ass BDA niggas, and that's most likely my last time going on that panel. Cause them dudes are straight suckers over there. I've been hating them dudes, to keep it real with y'all. I just heard that ridiculous ass shit and I had to dial in and shut that shit down. I shut the whole panel down. Every time I debate them bitch ass niggas, I beat them. You know, it is what it is. That's what we do. Saying that whole ass shit. These niggas got Canelo on such this high ass horse, but yet a guy with 11 fights put up a better fight against Crawford than Canelo did. When I hit them with that, all they could do was call names and argue. They had no clapback for that. And here's the thing, you can't deny that shit because that actually happened. There was actually a fighter named Israel Majimov who had 11 pro fights that actually competed with Crawford better than the great Canelo did. And when I said that, all the Latinos was sick to their stomach. It's true. You can make excuses all you want. You can lie and cap all you want. That's an actual fact. An 11 fight fighter fought Crawford better than Canelo did. So take that shit to the bank with your broke ass. Fuck out of here with that shit. That's a check I'm giving your ass. Take that shit to the bank. And you can't dispute that. Nobody can dispute that. But Crawford, I know for a fact, I believe if the fight would have happened, he would have smoked Pacquiao. Pacquiao great though. Like I said, shout out to Pacquiao, all-time great legend. We fans of Pacquiao, we respect it. So we ain't mad at that, but I don't believe he would have beat Crawford. We just keeping it real. Niggas got to stop hating, bro. It's not good to hate. Stop lying. If you got an opinion, make sure you're saying something factual with it. Don't lie on niggas. But like I said, Latinos love blacks. Can't keep us out their mouth. You know what it is.